Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are going to play a little visual novel from the maker of Aozora Make You, which you might have seen somewhere, like on Steam for example. I've seen it on Steam multiple times, it's on my wishlist as well. We are playing Alaskan Winter Sky from the same dev as the previously mentioned game. This one is on the itch.io only for. And I have it on the PC already, so let's check it out! Fully voiced, by the way. So I'm gonna be taking on narration only, which is sort of a good thing. Let's go. Alaskan Winter Sky. It is how she would have wanted it. There are no inscriptions on the casket, and the mahogany surface is smooth and unblemished. Well, we're off not to a very optimistic start. Henry watches as a snowflake falls onto it, a perfect contrast with the dark wood. That's good, Henry thinks. She liked the snow. The priest finishes his speech, all eyes turn to Henry. Mary would have wanted this, with all her family and friends. I'm grateful that you came. Mom was never one for big speeches. Oh, so it's our mother. She always said the actions speak louder than words. To be honest, given the fact that there were no inscription and so on, I guess that would be the thing. But I think we're gonna go with that. Yeah, let's go with the first option, shall we?
Mom loved you all so much.
That she did. The words choke in his throat. He wipes a hand over his face. The Alaskan wind sweeps over the graveyard, but that's not what's making his eyes burn. They're wet under his touch.
Mary was an inspiration.
Riley watches Henry as she speaks. It's like she's talking just to him, and ignoring the rest of the friends and family assembled for the funeral. I mean, assuming that he's the son of hers, kind of makes sense.
Mrs. Evans wasn't just a good neighbor. I would visit her and Henry for days when my dad went out hunting. Well, there's a reason why I call her my second ma.
Nice! The wind whips into Henry's eyes. He gulps and walks to the cemetery gate. There's a tree over there, its branches reaching like a bony hand towards the sky. Henry pulls out a pack of cigarettes and sticks one between the teeth. Ugh. The lighter doesn't catch until he cups it with his hands. Warmth tickles his palms and sinks like smoke into his lungs. The cig tastes good, but not that good. He has to inhale the cold Alaskan air. He watches the ceremony from a distance. A few people speak, Riley's dad among them. Then the casket is lowered into the ground. For a moment Henry can see the contrast, dark wood and snow-white ground, when his mother is gone. Forever. That's correct. Oh, freak Alaska. Surprisingly enough, I think like Alaska would fit me as a place to live in. I don't know why. Except for the fact, well, whatever, let's not say about that fact. But I feel like area like that is just kind of working for me. 3 weeks later. Henry's eyes snap open. The cabin roof stares back at him, all salt beams and finely laid logs of wood. There was a noise echoing against the ceiling. Henry closes his eyes. Maybe if he ignores it, the noise will go away. No such luck for. Again, there is sound. It's super chill and coming from somewhere to his left. Henry turns around and spots his phone shaking on the nightstand. He reaches for it. Misses. Reaches out a second time. And when he does get a handle on it, he sees one name printed across the screen. Jack Mitchell. The inheritance lawyer, great.
Oi, if it's not too much trouble, there are some papers I still due to sign. I nobody wouldn't badger you like this, but it really needs to be done by next Friday.
I have not had the opportunity to deal with that kind of stuff yet. I bet it's kind of a pain. He sent him 2 missed calls. Turns off the phone, gives a short answer. Give an answer.
Sort it out on Monday.
He's kinda quiet, isn't he? He doesn't wait for the lawyer's response before putting the phone aside. A short digital ping later, there is silence. Henry closes his eyes. Sleep doesn't come. Instead, there is just wood surrounding him. Whether his eyes open or not, it's as constricting as stomp, blotting out all the noise and light. 1,000 years could have passed while he lay there, and he wouldn't have known. Half an hour later, Henry gives up. He hauls himself off his bed and wades through a pile of laundry. His socks are hidden within his jeans back pocket, the one Mom never used to check. Not that it matters anymore. He steps past the desk with his college binders and skirts around the fireplace. After a small push, the cabin door creaks open. At first, the outside blinds him. Yeah, that's what happens in winter, to be fair, with the snow especially. Snow sinks in sheets from the hills, acting like focusing mirrors for the ascendant sun. He turns away and looks back towards the cabin. Its roof slants at either side, with yesterday's snowfall having largely slid off of it. The satellite dish, however, looks pretty bent. Does it? I don't know. I know the icicles, well, definitely can be dangerous here.
No more TV, I guess.
Dude, why is he so quiet? Whatever, he needs to make more progress on his dissertation anyways. Advances in tropical agriculture isn't going to write itself. At least, he already has all the research done. Henry's busy lighting a cig when a spot of color appears in the distance. As he smokes, it grows into a blockish car. The vehicle plows through the light snow, revealing the tarred road underneath. The car is heading towards the cabin. Who is this guy? Better not the bloody lawyer. Maybe they're looking for an agricultural specialist. Yeah, totally. Let's go with that. Even though definitely not. Henry chuckles, then he has a long drag. As if anyone in this town knows anything about his research. The car speeds closer. Henry squints.
And where is the guy behind the wheel?
No, it's a young woman with a long braid of auburn hair. As the car nears, you can see the speckles strewn like snowflakes across her face. Riley. What's she doing here? The car skids to a stop and catapults a small avalanche onto the front porch. His ankles are still buried by the time she stumbles out of the vehicle. Huh.
Ooh, nice parking, Riley. Thought you'd have practiced since I was last here.
She shows him the niggle, the finger, but grins. I wonder which finger.
You should see me do parallel, asshole. I get in tighter than a hen's, well, asshole.
Alright, TMI. I don't even want to know where that saying comes from.
Sure thing, city boy.
She laughs and comes in for a hug. Henry goes all in. Henry gives her a side hug. He lifts hand to decline a hug. What? Okay, last option out of the question. Second, kind of okay. You know what? No, Henry, you're going all in. I don't care. He lifts her straight off the ground. She squeaks, then giggles as he deposits her back on the feet.
Seems you missed me,
Yeah?
Yeah, of course I did. It's been too long. What have you been up to?
Oh, this and that. I helped my dad hunt game. You know, I got my full pistol permit the other day.
As far as I'm concerned, not really something hard to get in America.
Really?
Sadly enough.
Hope it wasn't the same guy who gave you your drivers.
Rude.
She punches him playfully in the shoulder.
Thought Princeton would have made a gentleman of you, Hen.
No such luck. But I can talk your ear off about farming techniques in the post-colonial world.
Riley frowns.
Post-colonial? You mean like with the mail?
More like after. Like after the colonial era.
Riley gives him a blank stare.
Whatever. Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
You always were a wise ass, Hen Hen.
Hen? I'm not a kid anymore.
Then
So...
why don't you have a beard, Hen? Your face must be awful cold.
Eh.
Well, at least it's smooth.
My ass is smooth. Don't be silly, Hen Hen. Proper man's gotta have a beard.
Let's go! She asks him for a drag of cigarettes. Riley doesn't cough after inhaling the smoke. She must be practicing that too. Please don't smoke.
Let me give you a tip, Hen Hen. A gentleman invites a lady inside before she freezes to death.
I think she's not wrong. And remembers the absolute state of disorder the room is in and shudders.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Honestly, clearly something is not right with the sound because her voice is super clear and pretty loud, while his is so quiet. And by the way, it's maxed out. Also, why is this on? We don't need that.
Why? You got a girl in there?
Good God. Didn't even know Lakeside, Alaska had a female population under 30.
Shit, you're right. Figure it's a good 50-mile drive from the nearest booty call.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Good boy, Hen Hen.
Thank you.
Maybe you are a gentleman after all. Speaking of which, I'm still freezing my ass off out here.
I can take a hint.
Yeah. Booty call? No thanks. The cabin door creaks open. Riley steps over the laundry and plonks herself onto the bed. She doesn't seem to mind the mess. Her eyes are fixed on the TV, which is over the fireplace, which is not necessarily a good thing as far as I'm concerned, but whatever.
Where's the remote?
Doesn't work. The satellite dish's antenna is skew. Haven't gotten around to fixing it yet.
Lame.
Lame. She pouts and stretches out on the bed. Pretty soon, she's making a snow angel with her blanket, with the blankets, not her, with the blankets. There was something Henry had always admired about her. Nothing seemed to dampen her spirits. There was a disappointment, sure, but she always bounced back in the end. Henry sits down next to her. He's suddenly aware of how much of the cabin space, his space, Riley is taking up. Heh. It feels, well, not invasive exactly, but definitely anxiety-inducing. And that's not just because she can see his boxers strewn across the floor. Or maybe it is. Henry asks her why she did come over.
You don't answer the phone.
Yeah, fair. Well, I replied to one text this morning.
Yes! She raises an eyebrow.
One text.
One, indeed.
Fine, I get your point.
Henry reaches for... Also, we are inside. I think those snowflakes around are not kinda needed. Whatever. Henry reaches for his pocket of cigs and realizes that he's not supposed to smoke indoors. Damn!
I'm just very busy, you know, with the thesis and stuff.
Too busy to pop in at Dad's place? He's home a lot now that he's busted up his leg.
Mm.
I'm sure it would do you the...
Riley, I'm fine. I just need a little space.
Okay, I just...
I know. It's okay.
There is a moment of silence as he fiddles with his cigarette pocket. Outside, the wind has risen to a sharp whistle. Snow splashed against the windows, sliding down like saltified teardrops. Henry's fingers wiggle a cig free from the pocket. It's notched and long, like the totems his grandfather used to help carve. He was the last member of the family to really have Ayak blood in him. Nice. Nice. Now, let's see, because I would like to know that. Probably. I think. Ayak. The Ayak. Inhabitants of Ayak Village. Native American indigenous people. Historically located on the Copper River Delta and near the town of Cordova, Alaska. Ayak people live in Cordova, Yakuta, across Alaska, and the US many of them do not qualify to be tribe members in the native village of Ayak. Federally recognized Alaska Native Tribe, which was established through the Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act in 1971. This due to enrollment, qualifications, extend tribal membership. Okay. Okay, get it. I get it. Native Americans, basically. Not the fake ones. The actual natives. The actual natives. Anywho. It's weird, Henry never really felt Native American, but since his grandpa died, he regretted never learning about his culture. The Ayak language had died out in part because kids like him hadn't cared. Which kind of makes sense. I guess you really would need to be interested in like history of kind of your own blood. Then again, there were other more colonial reasons why the Ayak had declined. Blaming himself was stupid. True.
I want to go out for a smoke.
Even though he just got back in.
Isn't it a bit chilly?
Yeah, I guess.
Tell you what, the fireplace could be quite cozy. Why don't we chop up some wood?
Sure, why not?
Great!
Yeah! She bolts upright with her braid swinging over her shoulder. It bounces around like a flick of flame. Let's chop wood together. Many hands make light work. I think it's time I acted like a gentleman. I'll handle the wood. I mean, she literally said let's... Normally... You know what? She said let's do it together, basically. She said we. So, let's go with that. Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll do it on our own anyway.
Sure thing, but let me handle most of it, Hen Hen. Wouldn't want to strain those smoker lungs of yours.
Hilarious. Weren't you taking a drag earlier, though?
Moderation, Hen Hen.
Moderation can suck my dick.
Riley can't stop herself from giggling, even though she does try to give him a disapproving stare afterwards. It reminds me of all those times she threatened to tell it on him when they were kids. Mother always used to take her side. No.
That's a sad memory. He doesn't want to think about it.
When her eyes are down scolding him, she leads Henry outside. She makes a show of splitting the first two logs but passes the axe back to him. That's not how you write axe, by the way. Immediately after hacking apart the third.
Would you be a dear and do the rest?
After
Oh, sure thing, Miss Moderation.
Fucking funny.
She's cold, you can tell. Riley sits down in the snow as Henry shows more food. She's gained a bit of weight around the hips in a way Henry finds quite attractive. Yeah? I mean, she has nice looking curves here, that's true. Wait. What was he doing? What if she catches him staring? And besides, she's such a pretty woman. There's no way she'd be interested in him. He cleanly splits a fourth and fifth log and tries not to think about Riley.
You think that's enough wood? Or should we do a couple more?
I would do a couple more. Just in case. Dude, you're in the middle of Alaska. I would say you chop as much as you can. Andrew's sweating by the end, though has a bit more wood to show for it. It's not long before the fireplace is ready to go. Riley shuffles up to the flames and motions for him to join her. Her hair seems redder now, as if she were a true ginger. Henry sits beside her and stares into the fire. The logs are starting to crumble. They're crackling now, competing with the wind for his attention. He watches as embers spring up, then die down just as quickly. Between them, the wood hardens to a perfect black. Mother's house had also been black. At places, the wood skin had charred away, revealing a skeleton of steel and brickwork. I mean, still, it's a nice house, it seems like it. Everything else had been consumed: her work desk, his room, the cot where she had laid him to rest as a child. He would have wanted something, anything to remember her, but the flames had taken to it all. Did they have a second house or something? Henry turns away from the fireplace. He doesn't want to look at it, only to feel its warmth lapping at his skin. With time, even that becomes uncomfortable.
It's nice here.
Riley isn't looking at him. Her eyes are glazed over, reflecting the painted colors of the fire. Her hand, however, is gently placed on his knee. Her touch is so light that he can barely feel it.
Yeah, it is.
Is that why you came here?
I didn't really have anywhere else to go. This is Mom's only
okay.
property after what happened to our house.
Okay, so this is like the second one. Nice.
I get that.
Her hand squeezes Henry's leg.
But you could have come stay with me and Da. It's better not to go through it alone.
Probably true.
I'm doing fine. I told you.
We're just a little worried about you. Couldn't you stay over just for one night?
Riley, look, you guys don't even have an extra bed.
As if we've
Floor.
never shared a bed. It's like you forgot our childhood, Hen.
Okay, never mind the floor, I guess.
Yeah, but it's different now.
Yeah, it sure is.
Dude, she's giving you signs, come on. At first he thinks she's annoyed, but there's something terribly mischievous about her smile. Her eyes sparkle a little, and it's not just the reflections of the fire.
Tell you what, I'm going to take a nap. You're free.
Yeah? Let's go, man. Come on, man, she's into you. Before he can object, she walks up to the side of his bed. She leaves her winter coat on the nightstand and slips under the covers. Her eyes close in an instant, but he can tell from her breathing that she's still very much awake. Henry shoves closer to the fire, but somehow feels even colder. The wind howls outside, louder and louder. The bed looks so warm and inviting. And Riley? Well, she did ask him to join her. She's probably flirting, and he likes her too. Why is it so hard to accept her offer? He looks back at the fire and feels anxiety rise like a knot in his throat. Then he shakes his head and stands up. He's by the bed when butterflies start crawling through his stomach. Riley's still lying there, motionless. She still doesn't move when he gets into bed, not even when he pulls out a blanket to his side. They lie there while the wind howls outside. The fire is further away, but he feels warmer now. Maybe the effect of the blanket, and resists a burning urge to turn around to look at Riley. Instead, he pictures her with his eyes closed. She had such wonderful freckles, which seem to light up whenever she smiles. It reminds him of when they played in the muck as children, but dirt never seemed to dampen her mood. Nothing did. In that moment, he wants nothing more than to hold her, then the thought fills him with anxiety. Again, what if he misread the song? Dude, you did not. Maybe she's just being friendly, in her weird way. No. Come on, man. She wants you. Wouldn't it be creepy if he just came up and hugged her? No. He can't. He can't.
Henry,
Yeah?
I'm cold.
You want me to put more logs on the fire?
Dude. She's giving you the sign. No answer. He can only hear her breathing through. It seems a little faster.
No, not the fire. I was thinking,
Her voice raises in pitch. Is she impressed? Yeah.
do you want to cuddle? Just a bit?
Yeah. Of course. I'd like that. Dude, let's go. They inch towards each other. When they meet, she lays her head on his arm. He can smell the sweat in her hair mixed with a product he doesn't recognize. It has a scent of berries.
Let's go!
Let's go. It feels wild and entirely appropriate. Dude, fruity shampoo or whatever? Yes.
Henry, you're sniffing my hair.
Whoops.
Oh, I'm sorry. It just smells really nice.
Why is he so quiet? Riley giggles a little nervously.
I'm glad. You're not bad yourself.
Huh?
What, you like the stench of cigarettes?
It makes you seem like a rock star. A real bad boy.
Huh?
Yeah, but I'm a giant nerd.
Let's go.
Stop ruining the moment.
Riley reaches for his right hand and puts it over her shoulder. She feels so small, folded neatly in his embrace. Her breathing evens out. It becomes even softer and gentler, like a whispered lullaby. Harry closes his eyes, and it's not long before sleep takes him.
And that's when the sweat forms on his eyelids. He tries to open them, but they won't budge. It's like the skin has been welded together, binding him in his darkness. Slowly, his senses adjust. There's an orange glow pressing against his eyelids. He can taste the smoke on his tongue, like he's lit a whole pack of 6 at once. And there's a voice. It's faint, so faint that he cannot make out a single word. But he's sure of one thing. The voice is whimpering.
Hello? Are you in pain?
Whoever you asked to, that to, I bet they didn't hear a thing. No answer, just another sound. Something is crackling like the logs he threw into the fireplace.
Hello?
Okay, a bit louder, that's good. A hot wind blows against his cheek. The voice grows louder, transforming from a whimper to a piercing wail. There is no words, just a garble of fear and pain. Is it from his I mean, I think I can assume that his mother also burned. So maybe it's the memory of that.
Can you hear me? Please answer.
He's finally louder. Andrew stumbles forward, his hands reach out, grasping at empty air. Then there is something. A brick. So hot that it hisses against his skin, but it doesn't hurt. The only thing he cares about is the screaming woman.
Talk to me. Please. I want to help.
His midsection bumps into something. His hand latches onto a slim railing which crumbles under his fingers. The smell of ash reaches his nostrils. It's sharp, like the woman's wails.
Where are you?
He closes his eyelids. They're no longer welded shut. The heat seems to have melted them. And he makes progress on the left one. His eye pops open and he immediately wishes it had remained closed. The railing belonged to a cot. His cot, where he slept as a small child. Why would you keep that? A trail of blood-red fire leads away from the ruined furniture. It ends in a kneeling form. It looks like a woman, but he can't make out anything else. She's surrounded by a wreath of smoke and flames.
Mother? Is that you?
The wailing reaches its climax. He scrambles towards a woman over broken floor and fallen timber. In the center of the ruined house, he embraces her. Her tortured expression belongs to his mother, before it's consumed by a ball of fire. An inferno surges over him and suddenly, he can't see his mother anymore. Instead, Riley stares back at him, her hair a burning shock of flame, her eyes like blazing coals.
Henry? Henry! Henry!
Henry! His eyes now open. He's in the cabin bed with Riley perched over him. Her expression is brimming with worry.
Henry, are you okay?
Yeah. Just, bad dream.
Yeah? He wipes the cold sweat off his brow. The wind is screaming outside. He's shivering. She uses his childhood nickname, but she's not poking fun at him. Concern is etched upon her face.
What about Hen? You were screaming. It sounded really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just. I was just.
A sudden knot of anxiety forms within his stomach. He doesn't want to tell her everything. Actually, he can't. You know what? No, let's open up. It was about the fire.
What fire?
You know.
He tries to say more, but the words choke in his throat. What comes out is a croak, then a weird crying sound. He feels Ren'Py press herself against his back. Her arms wrap around his chest, and her cheek brushes against his ear. He can smell sweat and her product, and the dying embers of fire.
It's okay, Henry. I've got you.
For a while he can't say anything, but he doesn't have to. He just lets her hold him as the wind howls outside.
Riley. Thank you.
Of course, babes. Anytime.
Babes.
Babes.
That's new.
Well, we slept together. Babe seems appropriate.
Makes sense.
Wait. That never happened.
I mean, you did sleep together, as in literally sleep. Nothing else. She gives him a mischievous smile.
Oh, but what about just now? We slept and we were together.
She got you there.
Very funny.
And reaches for his jacket and hopes against hope that he isn't blushing. He does, definitely. He's thought about it. She's thought about it. He doesn't know whether he should be thrilled or die of embarrassment. Probably both. It would make for an interesting tombstone.
Speaking of which, please don't tell your dad we couldn't. I think he would skin me alive.
Or he would be like, oh my god, finally.
Hey, he's not that bad. He'd actually be glad there's finally a chance of grandkids.
Can someone explain what's with parents and them wanting the grandkids and so on? Like, I kinda don't get it. I actually also don't get it. Like, the dream of life being having kids. Like, why? I really don't get it.
Holy shit.
She goes as the wind howls outside.
It's so easy to tease you, Hen Hen. But I should text my dad that I'm staying over. Thanks, by the way.
What's that? Oh, would you look at that Steam notification? There is something discounted on my wishlist? No way! Anyhow, before he can object, she whips out her smartphone, a terrible old model, and punches in her password. Riley's freckles scrunch up in a sudden frown.
I can't get reception. Can you?
Nope. No bars.
Maybe a storm hit the cell towers.
Maybe. Riley steps to the window. It's slitted over, and wrapping her sleeve over it doesn't help.
Can't see much.
Maybe we should check outside?
Good idea. Pass me my coat, babes.
Babe still feels a bit strange. You think you are the only one who can tease, huh? Sure thing, sweetheart.
Sweetheart. I like that. Pretty soon you'll be bringing me chocolates and flowers.
Yeah?
Not really my style. But if it makes you happy, then sure.
Yeah? Riley thrusts him a toothy smile. And he smiles back in his own subdued way. He finds Riley's coat and slips it over her shoulders. His fingers brush over her arm, and for a second he imagines her spinning around and pressing a hot kiss on his lips. The thought brings a flutter of anxiety until he remembers that they already cuddled in bed. A kiss wouldn't be out of place at this point. Not that that makes him brave enough to try. He puts on his own coat and follows her to the door. Riley fiddles with the handle, then puts her full weight against the door. It doesn't budge. Oh boy.
Let me try.
And he pushes again and again, and the gap between the door and wall widens until a splash of white spills onto the floor.
What the hell? Are we snowed in?
Seems like.
Yeah.
Must have happened while we slept.
damn it. You would have done us a favor if you snored just a bit louder.
Wait, I snore?
Now that I think about it, it is a little bit of a concern of mine. I do not know if I snore at all.
Very softly. It's super cute.
Snoring is not cute.
Uh-huh.
Stop looking so embarrassed. Proper man's gotta snore. Now, if you just grow a beard...
No. Beard, okay. Snoring, no. And he throws himself against the door. The gap widens ever so slightly.
Could you give me a hand?
With her help, they make slow progress. Heather starts to wish he brought to the axe, which is not written like this, inside. Stupid wood.
Right, push. One more time.
The crack widens dramatically. A sharp wind whistles through, blowing sparkles of white onto his cheek. Behind him, Riley shivers.
Push. Ugh. I think this is as far as it will go. You think you can squeeze through?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Riley looks to the side in embarrassment.
I'm a bit fat.
No, you aren't! Stop lying!
No, you look great.
Thanks, Henry, but I'm still not going to fit through there.
I wouldn't be so sure, what?
No worries, I'll handle it.
Henry gives her a quick hug, then turns towards the door. He holds breath and inches towards the gap. The door handle presses against his belly, and for a second he worries that he's going to get stuck. Then he squeezes through. The ground is covered by a sea of reflective snow. Henry swears and shields his eyes.
You okay?
Yeah, it's just fucking bright. Just give me a moment.
His eyes slowly adjust. The sun shines through a gaping hole in the cloud. Oh, it's the worst. The combination of snow and freaking light from the sun. Oh, that's painful. For otherwise, there is not much warmth to be had. Mounds of snow are piled up around the car and the doorway.
Damn, it's blocked. You got a shovel in your car?
Forgot it at home. Can you use your hands?
I can try.
He shovels some of the snow aside. Each fistful sends jabs of pain piercing through the gloves.
Yeah, it's just bloody cold.
Just how crappy are your gloves then? I would assume in Alaska I would have proper gloves.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help.
But okay. It's fine, I just need a briefer hatchet. A briefer, sorry. Hatchet?
Sack. Maybe I can improve something.
He grabs the axe, which is not written like this, and tries to use the head as a makeshift shovel. He holds it like a golf club. Okay, and sweeps some snow away with every swing. He doesn't know if it's more effective than using his hands, but at least his fingers aren't held by the end.
You push the door, and I'll pull.
Under their combined effort, the wood slowly gives way. The door gives an almighty creak and then allows Riley to stumble outside.
Ugh, damn thing.
Oh. She kicks it for good measure.
And the car's also covered in snow. It'll take ages to clear.
Funnily enough, that's something I actually like doing during winter for some unknown to me reason. Clearing the car of the snow.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
At least the sun's out.
At that moment, a cloud sweeps over the sky and covers them in darkness.
You're cursed, Henry.
She gives him a commiserating pat on the back.
The storm looks wild. Think it reaches back to town?
And they squinted at the horizon.
Yeah, seems like.
Wish we knew how bad it was. But with cell reception still down,
Maybe we should free the car and get back to town.
it's risky driving in a storm, Hen. I would rather stay put.
I mean... Is it really that bad? She looks at the clouds, squinting at the incoming wind. Her freckles are scrunched up in that cute way of hers. I mean, if the I would assume winters in Alaska are pretty bad. So, first of all, winter tires, awesome. Heavy snow, get the chains on those tires as well. I'm not sure about the chains in Poland exactly, but winter tires are a must. Obviously, for winter on car. And the chains, sorry. I'm not certain about the chains, but I think in the south, so basically the mountainy area of the country, you might be regulated to have them. I think, maybe? Or maybe not, I'm not sure. But basically, it is a good thing to have them there. Anywho.
We're in a real pickle. Wait a sec. Think we can use your TV to check the news? There might be a report about the weather.
Nah.
Yeah, but my antenna's skew. Didn't get around to fixing it.
Didn't get around to? I'm surprised you know how.
Honestly, I don't.
That's the Henry I know and love. Fortunately, you got yourself a practical girl.
Wait, what are you talking about right now? So you're telling me it's... No, it's not happening. You are telling me it's too dangerous to drive to the town, but it's not too dangerous to climb a goddamn rooftop? That doesn't make any sense. Hold a second, she's his girl. That's what's your...
What? I got some tools in my car. Let me fetch them.
No! Dude, don't allow her. No. Not to mention it's snowed. I bet there is ice underneath. No. The boot... At least he has not frozen shut. Riley riffles around inside, eventually producing a worn screwdriver.
Let me just grab this and that. Okay, I'm ready, Henry. You got a ladder?
Don't let her!
Nope. Haven't ever been on the roof.
Go figure. You'll just have to give me a boost.
Don't!
Shouldn't be a problem for a big, strong man like you.
Maybe, but still don't. And if it is neither big nor strong. It's still nice to hear the words, however, especially when coupled with Riley's beginning smile. She grips his hand and leads him to the side of the cabin. The wind blows in his eyes as he leans against the building's wall. He supports Riley's foot with his hand, then grunts as she steps on his shoulders.
Hey! Thought you said I wasn't fat.
The bottom of your shoe... Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
I did. Besides, proper woman's gotta have curves.
I agree with that. However, not the curves that are promoted right now. Sort of. Or more like the glorified ones. No, that's fat. Okay? No, that's not what we're talking about here. Anyway, he gives her a final push-up. Riley clambers up onto the roof, then disappears over the side.
Thanks, Hen.
Her head pops back into view.
About what you said about my weight, too. My last boyfriend was so rude about it.
What do you mean?
Boyfriend? Surely she's jumping the gun a bit here?
Sometimes when he was drunk, he called me...
I hear you, but can we focus on the satellite dish? You can tell me about it later.
Spoil sport.
I mean, I don't want to talk about your boyfriends. She sticks out her tongue, then she's gone again, crowding in the direction of the satellite dish. Boyfriend, he doesn't know he's into it. Cuddling with her was great, but the thought of relationship makes him feel a surge of anxiety. Where did the idea of... What? Where did that come from? She's not talking about you! She's pretty girl, sure, and really funny, but he'll have to leave town for his studies, and he doesn't know if he can do long distance. Ah, yes you can, for heaven's sake. If there is will, there is a way. Yada yada. He doesn't want to break up with her over it. Why? Because you will be in different city? Come on. He doesn't want to break her heart. The wind picks up as she shakes his head. It blows a fresh burst of snow into his face and he shivers. Snow's probably getting in the cabin through the half-open door. Now that he thinks of it, he considers closing, then remembers how much effort it took to shovel the damn snow away. Yep, best to leave the door where it is.
Henry?
Yeah?
Just reached the dish. Looks like a few screws came loose. It'll take me a bit to fix them in place.
Sure. Take your time.
You shouldn't be on that rooftop. The wind rises to a howl. Henry shivers and pulls his coat tighter. Overhead, the clouds are gathering, the sun is completely obscured, and the world is cast into darkness. He can barely see his hands shake in front of his face.
You doing okay up there, Riley?
Yeah, just need to tighten this last screw.
The storm reaches a furious pitch. He tries to say something encouraging to Riley, but the words are cut to pieces by the wind. He can only wait and stuff his hands into his coat pockets. He misses New Jersey, followed by global warming fueled summers had almost cooked him alive. Maybe he should take Riley to the beach someday. Yeah? Henry mentions swimming Friday, and cheekily splashing her with water. Then again, he might be a bit embarrassed having her see him in just his trunks. He never developed a broad chest like the other boys in the village. What? It seems so strange to worry about that now, when all the lakes in Alaskan hell are surely freezing over. The wind blows into his eyes. Should have gotten some damn winter goggles. Yeah?
You're making progress, Riley. I'm freezing my ass off down here.
No answer knows out, other than the wailing wind.
Riley!
Nothing. He squints at the subtle dish, but can only make out a vague silhouette.
Riley, you up there?
The wind swallows his words, and he again hears nothing. Let's get him nowhere. Search around the site. Barely see, shout louder. I don't know if you can be louder, so... let's go with that. He starts poking around on the house's left. There seems to be little other than white sheets of snow. He's about to give up when he spots a fleck of brown? Brown. The same color as Riley's snowcoat. A hard lump forms his throat.
Riley!
What? Henry stumbles forward. He shovels away the snow, revealing her face. Riley's face, pale as the winter sky. Lying there, she looks just like an ice queen, trapped in a place by a 1,000-year curse. What? Oh, come on. Don't tell me she actually did fall, as I was thinking.
Riley? Riley?
She barely stirs, only mumbling something incoherent under her breath.
Fuck, Riley! I'll get you out, I promise.
He grabs onto her arms and pulls. After 3 tugs, she comes loose, but not without emitting a blood-curdling scream.
Riley! Riley, tell me what's wrong.
She fell from a goddamn roof, that's what's wrong!
My leg. Oh, God, it hurts!
Yep, definitely broken,
Okay,
I would assume.
what about the other one? Can you lean on me?
You just carry her.
Yeah, I think. Oh, God. Fuck!
Yeah, I would really suggest carrying her. He bounces her carefully on his side, even so, she grunts in pain with every step they make. When they turn around the corner, she starts whimpering instead.
Henry, I need a break. Please.
Only at that point does he realize that she's crying. I mean, yeah. Of course you are going to get a break right now. Boop. They wait in the snowstorm. Henry can feel her shivers pass through him, but at least her breathing slows down. She's no longer crying, or at least her eyes are not producing new tears.
Okay. I'm ready.
With his support, she limps towards the cabin door. Tears are drying on her face, reflected in the lamplight when they cross the threshold. Then they hobble through and he slams the door behind them.
Let's Let's get you onto the bed.
Henry tries to lower her gently, but she still grunts in pain. He notices now how much snow has blown the cabin. It makes him shiver even as he joins Riley on the bed. And reaches over to squeeze her hand. He's unprepared for the absolute death grip. It feels like his wrist is on the verge of popping off.
Henry, my leg. Oh God, it's so painful.
It's okay, baby. Let me just remove your boot. See how bad it is.
Baby, I can get used to that.
You really have time for that? He pries off her boot, then her sock, and finally rolls up her pants. Her leg is bruised from the ankle up, already turning shades of purple and blue. Ah.
Not good, huh?
Yeah.
It's, I'm gonna rub some snow over the wound.
Wait, there's a... Oh boy, as well. Wait, is it an open break? Broken bone. Open broken bone? No. Whatever.
You sure? I'm already so damn cold.
I worry about this clinic. Be comfortable now. At the end, yeah, right. Better not. I mean, if it wasn't so cold, I would say yes. But you know what? Probably with the temperature we are there. I don't know. But maybe with the temperature they have there already, it would not be a good idea to, you know, lower it even more. Let's go with that one. She looks visibly relieved, especially once he returns her sock and boot to their rightful place. Even so, she still whimpers in pain every odd moment, and he's left to wonder whether they made the right choice.
Hen, could you put some logs on the fire, please?
Of course. Just give me a moment.
And throws all the remaining logs onto the fire. He fumbles with the lighter, how could he, when he has bloody years of practice, but eventually manages to get the fire going. The heat grows fast, for it doesn't quite feel fast enough.
Feel warmer?
Yeah, a bit.
But still in pain, obviously. Silence, save for the clattering of their teeth.
Ooh, could you find me another blanket?
There isn't one.
Then come here.
Tick, 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 tick. They hug under the sheets. Through their embrace, he can feel her visceral shivers. A few tears still leak from Riley's eyes, passing from her cheek to his.
You're crying.
Ah, pain.
I'm so sorry.
Why? You didn't blow me off the roof.
Yeah, but I never fixed the satellite dish. If I had, well, you wouldn't have gotten hurt.
Yeah. She turns elsewhere. Instead, her hand brushes his cheek until her fingertips are just as wet. Something about the contact makes his eyes itch.
Are you also crying?
I'm not.
No, you are.
He is? He reaches up to his eyes. And she's right. He opens his mouth but can't think of anything to say.
What's wrong, Hen Hen? You can tell me.
It must be instinctive. You know, he lost his mother. And now this situation, I guess, like, it kicks in that way now.
It's hard when someone you really care about
Gets hurt?
here.
Yeah. The way it sounded.
Gets hurt?
One more time.
Here.
Yeah. She strokes his cheek.
I'm not your mom, Henry. You know that, right?
Yeah, that would make us being in bed together really weird. Losing her hurts much, you have no idea. I'm so going with the first line.
Oh, come on, you know what I mean.
I know. I really miss her.
He's afraid. He realizes. He's afraid of losing her. But he shouldn't tell her that, right? The last thing she needs to think about now is that he's afraid of her dying. She's probably stressed enough as it is.
Henry? You're really quiet.
He's constantly quiet, especially in dialogue.
Just worried. The storm is picking up and we don't have any way of contacting the outside world.
Maybe we should check the news.
He looks at her blankly.
On the TV.
Yeah, but you fell off the roof.
But not before I fixed the dish. Come, try it out.
And you think it will work? Still? He fumbles around for the remote. The thing is buried deep in the drawers and he has to sift through several pairs of boxers to find it. He hopes Riley doesn't notice all the brightly colored underwear.
Got it.
He switches on the TV. At first it's all static and crackles, but when the news channel springs into horrid life, it takes a while before they can understand anything, and even longer before something relevant hits the screen.
Lakeside, Alaskan Winter Sky, Mayor, Wickham.
The sound is replaced by an unintelligible garble. A moment later, the screen is covered in static.
Fuck! What did she say? What did the mayor recommend?
Wait a moment. Maybe the picture will come back.
It doesn't.
I should turn off the TV. The generator will run out of juice.
You're right. We might need the lights later.
I mean, technically you have the light from the fireplace, so... Ed rods and puts his head on her shoulder. He can barely see the rest of her. It's dark outside, like the world is being swallowed by the whirling storm.
Oh,
Is something wrong?
I thought your shoulder would be less bony.
Asshole.
She laughs, but there is an edge of pain to her voice. Riley is silent for a moment, her breath slow and ragged.
What are we going to do, Hen?
About the storm?
Yeah.
Maybe we should drive to town. There's a small hospital there. Sturdier buildings, too.
That sounds nice, but I'm scared of driving during a storm. We capsize and we're fucked.
I mean, I guess.
I know.
Promise me we won't drive unless we have to. Okay, baby?
I promise. We'll stay put and hope the storm passes.
Thank you.
Before he knows what's happened, she turns her head and plants her lips on his. Let's go! They're so soft, like he's falling to a pillow, a place of infinite comfort. His hand strokes her tangle of auburn hair. He feels her torso, which is twisted uncomfortably towards him. Her injured leg is brushing against his.
Wait, no. This must be painful for you.
You need to speak louder.
Yeah, but I don't mind.
You should stop.
I said I don't mind.
You need to rest. And besides, I should check that door is holding strong.
Dude.
A shit excuse.
Dude, what is wrong with you? Riley gives him a sullen look. He senses he's actually upset her this time, but can't be helped. He doesn't want to injure her. I mean, I understand that, but still. Henry sits down by the door. Unsurprisingly, the thing is completely stuck in place, despite the wind hammering against it. Well, at least they brought the axi. That's not how you write it. Inside. He can always chop. Did you? He can always chop the lock once the storm passes. I don't remember there being said the words of bringing it inside. The thought makes him chuckle inside. He's thinking of vandalizing his mom's property, but the inheritance lawyer would have a field day with that. He looks back at Riley. She's shivering under 2 layers of blankets. What if she's wrong? What if driving to town is their best bet? If her leg is badly injured, she will need a hospital ASAP. She isn't his mom, and she's not going to die. Still, Henry does want to see her get badly hurt. He doesn't know if he could take that. Oh, he couldn't. Not again. Henry closes his eyes and tries not to think about loss. He must have dozed off because a small crash startles him awake, and looks around and finds that one of the windows has burst open. Snow pours through the opening, shading the entire room powder white. You know what, now that I think about it, according to my professor, one of the professors at university, he had this situation. He was in a hotel, the window broke, and in the hotel, right? Supposedly, the employees did not help with that, and he, on his own, repaired the entire thing somehow. Like he was some kind of MacGyver. Like, I mean, overall he was like, I think his imagination was running wild in a lot of cases. Anyway,
I'll close it. Don't worry.
he rushes over, but the window comes clean off. Huh. The joints are completely busted.
Fuck. Change of plans. We need to leave.
Leave where? There's a storm going on.
The car.
I'm not driving in the storm. Too risky.
I don't plan on it. The car just has its windows intact.
And a heater. Come help me up.
Yeah. Henry grabs their coats, then supports Charlie on her way to the door. He reaches for the handle, but it doesn't give.
Shit. The snow's blocking it again.
Remember the axe? I'll hack the door apart. Just sit on the bed, and I'll go find it.
He sifts through his pile of clothes under his desk and even through his discarded papers. It's nowhere to be found.
Damn it, I must have put it here somewhere.
I mean, didn't you say the window, like, is completely broken? Can't you, like, get out through there?
Henry?
Yeah?
I just remembered. We left the axe outside.
So I was correct about the fact that he didn't take it. He kicks the door in frustration, then sinks onto the bed next to Riley, that envelops him, like the snowflakes encroaching through the broken window.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, how are we gonna get to the car now?
Window! Riley gives him a thoughtful look.
How thin are you?
What do you mean?
Hey, thought you said I was a strong man.
It's not about that. Think you can fit through the broken window? My ass would get stuck.
How would your ass get stuck? That window is huge! You're lucky enough not overweight. You will fit through there. He will fit there. Come on. Unless we are talking about some different window for some reason. Whatever. He walks because there is one window visible here, right? Behind them right now, but whatever. Oh boy. He walks towards the window. Slick snow greases its sides. It would certainly help him to squeeze through, for he would need to leave his jacket behind, as he wasn't shivering enough already.
I can make it. But you have to pass me my winter clothes when I get through.
Do you really need to take it off?
I will, but are you sure it's safe?
No, I'm not.
She sits by his side as he strips down his undershirt. His jeans are thin, so hopefully they won't get caught anywhere. He shakes as he hands her the clothes. Before he can get up, she kisses him long and hard. Let's go!
For good luck. Now go get him.
I will.
Despite those brave words, he's shaking as he gets to the window. His hands go through easy enough, as do his head and torso. His waist cover snags on one of the broken edges. Ah! You didn't clean it first! Are you serious? If there was some freaking glass left, why wouldn't you try to clean it? Just with whatever. With a freaking remote controller even. He can feel pain coursing up his side, even as he wiggles free, and lands on his hands and curls up in a ball. He clutches his hip as the wind howls around to create his cut. And I bet it's a deep one. Bloody hell, it hurts so bad.
Henry, you okay?
Yes. It's just cold.
Passing you your clothes now.
He scrambles to put his jacket on. Snow gets stuck on the inside, leaving him shivering, even once he's fully clothed.
Bloody hell.
He needs to get the door open. Henry fumbles around for the axe. That's not how it's written, and finds it despite the snow blowing into his eyes. We don't have time to clear away the snow. Fuck it. Break the door, man. 3 strikes and the crab appears at the bottom of the door. Slowly Henry returns to the underside, allowing the door to open without dragging through the snow. He gets to open, but the process takes him longer than expected. What?
I did it. You can come through, Riley. Riley?
Sure, just give me a moment.
I mean, she can't really walk on her own, right? When he steps into the cabin, he can see why she needs time. To pass him clothes, she leaned on the desk next to the window, and her injured leg is at an awkward angle, and her face and hands are pale as ice. What?
Here, let me support you.
Just carry her, for heaven's sake, please. She doesn't speak, she just nods. Together they press back in the storm, Riley holding her car keys in front of her, and supporting her side. They leave the snow-covered room behind them forever. The wind buffets them with every step. Henry's side hurts like he's being punched there repeatedly. He never bothered to check the wound, but with everything else going on, maybe he should have. And Riley gets the car open. Just the wind threatens to blow them away. He grunts as he helps her into the passenger seat, then trudges sluggishly around the car. Each step hurts. Riley opens the door for him, and he has to hang onto it by his fingertips. He barely has the strength to pull himself inside and slam the door shut behind him.
Shit! We made it.
Yeah, we did good.
He grabs her hand, which is just as jittery as her voice. Even through her gloves, he can feel how cold her skin is.
Let me turn on the heater, and then...
He lets go of her hand, and a moment later, heat blows over him. He severs the sensation. He's almost forgotten what it feels like.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You okay?
Uh-huh. Just can't feel my fingers.
Uh-oh.
Just hold them to the heater.
She does, and takes off her gloves. Henry examines her hands. He can see that the fingertips have turned solid pink. Uh-oh.
God, Riley.
Shit.
Do you think you have frostbite?
Oh boy.
Fuck. I hope not.
We'll need to see a doctor once the storm passes.
You mean right now? Silence, except for the raging storm outside.
Henry, it needs a doctor now.
Yeah?
Then we drive to town.
You know that's too risky.
Deal?
Shit. Then... what do we do?
I don't know.
Let's drive? Absent-mindedly, he reaches to the wound at his side. His shirt feels damp now, and when he lifts his hand, he sees that it's colored slightly red.
Shit.
Henry, what is it?
Nothing?
You know, I can tell when you're lying.
No?
I just don't want you to worry.
Well, I'm worrying now. There's no point in hiding it, Henry.
There is nothing to hide. After some hesitation, he shows her his red-stained hand. Something hardens in Riley's expression, and emotion he can't quite make out.
Get in the back.
What?
Okay, but why?
I'm a better driver. I can get us to town faster.
Your leg is broken, woman. You have a frostbite on your fingers. How are you supposedly going to drive? He has just a cut. He's gonna... Come on.
Wait, didn't you say it was too risky?
Come on. She reaches out to grab his hand. Her gaze is so soft, like it's trying to draw in and absorb his very soul.
Henry, I also lost your ma. She and I were damn close, and I don't want to lose someone like that again.
You won't lose me. And I won't lose you.
They kiss again. When Henry switches keys with her. She's the better driver. Her leg is broken. Oh, okay. Well, now that I think about it, this is America. So you don't necessarily need both legs for driving. Damn amateurs. Sorry. I mean, to be fair, in Europe there are, I bet, a lot of people like that as well, who can't actually drive stick. But I guess those are the probably better off people. that would basically start in that car type, basically. Straight to automatic. I'm not such a person. Anyway. Riley revs up the engine. To his surprise, the car has enough horsepower to pull the free of the snowdrift. Within minutes, she's turned the vehicle around and is powering back in the direction of town.
Nice going.
Now, Now that definitely was the plus of having winter tires. Now if they had chains, woo!
Yeah, but that was the easy part. With this much ice on the road, even my dog's wheels might slip.
Chains. Her hands are shaking slightly as she speaks, whether it's from the cold or the vibrations of the steering wheel. He does not know. The windscreen wipers are working overtime. They clear away a fistful of snow. They canned it in front of the cabin door. The heater is keeping the windscreen free of sleet, for now. Riley's eyes are fixed on the path in front of them. She dodges a few rocky outcroppings, but the car still shudders on the uneven natural road. It shudders even more under the gale force winds.
Riley, are we going to collapse?
I don't know.
You don't?
Henry, I need to focus on the road. It's too late to worry about these things.
She's right, there is no going back. If only that thought didn't fill him with so much terror. He wonders and worries if driving in the storm wasn't a fatal mistake. A choice he can't undo and couldn't prevent. There was no way to stop Riley from noticing his wound.
God, if only she wasn't such a bloody angel. He's never been so mad at altruism in his life.
Riley presses her foot on the gas. The car roars forward straight into the pummeling wind. The vehicle lists slightly, then gets back on the four wheels. Bloody hell!
Easy, baby.
It takes a moment to realize that she's talking to the car.
Easy does it. We're halfway to town.
Her hands are still jittery.
You doing okay?
I'm doing fine, Hen. Just make sure you put pressure on your wound.
It's probably fine.
But when he looks down his shirt, it's dripping red. Andrew twists the fabric and presses it tight to the wound. He needs to clench his teeth to stop himself from howling.
A third of a way there. Just a bit longer, baby.
Didn't you just say we're halfway there? Right?
Nice
Down,
going.
seats, surprise snowdrift, minutes. Nice going.
But that was the easy part.
Speak, steering wheel.
Riley,
I don't...
you don't?
I think we
Henry,
got
I need to
really
focus-
far into the back. Easy.
Easy does it.
Halfway to town.
Halfway-
You doing okay?
I'm doing fine.
It's probably...
A third of a way there. Just a bit longer, baby.
Oh, okay, makes sense now. So we covered 2/3 and we are... okay. Never mind. I'm like, what? How did we reduce from... It's my mistake. From half to third only, but it's third remaining. Makes sense. He doesn't know if he should feel insulted that she gave the car the same nickname as him. He should probably feel flattered. She loves her das car.
Oh, shit!
Hey. A boulder speeds towards them at the last moment. Riley pulls to the side. She avoids it, but the car spends a good second tilted dangerously to the side.
Fucking hell!
To focus on the road!
That's what I'm fucking doing!
You don't need to scream at each other right now. To say that the wind is howling would be an understatement. It sounds like a bloody banshee out there. Henry puts pressure on his wound and joins in the screeching.
Hold on, darling. Just a minute and we're home free.
Henry follows her gaze and gasps. He can see the silhouettes of buildings in front of them. Lakeside, Alaska. He's nervous happy to see his hometown.
We're almost there!
He sighs in relief as they cross the outer edge of town.
Yeah, just 3 blocks down and we're at a small hospital.
Why does it sound like you're rushing? The car skids on the icy road. Riley slams the wheel to the side just as the wind rips into the vehicle. The car flips into the air. How? Henry has a moment to feel the rush of vertigo. Then the roof slams to the ground and the world goes black. And then his eyes open to find a icy link. And it's not snow, just a strange sense of decor. He can see enough white outside. Ice is plastered on the window pane, casting the room in colder colors. The sun is out. And actually no, it's just a street lamp. Street lamps, they're in town.
Riley, we made it.
No one's weird. He tries to get out of bed, but pain stings up from his side. Harry lifts his shirt to find a series of stitches.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy there, Henry.
Who's that? Riley's dad walks towards him and puts a steadying hand on his shoulder. The man is huge, but he still didn't see him entering the room.
The doctor said bed rest. Best listen to her.
Okay, but where's Riley? She was right next to me
When the car crashed. I know.
Is she safe?
Of course. She'll want to see you. Hold on. I'll fetch her.
Henry feels a sudden rush of anxiety. Riley was in the car crash with him. What if something happened to her? When she walks into the room, she does so on crutches. There's a small bandage over her right cheek, which seems to restrain her once broad smile.
Hey! Glad you're awake. We were worried about you.
I'm fine, don't stress.
The pain in his side flares up, as if to spite him.
What happened with you? You're in crutches. Was it the crash?
Nah, doctor said I had frostbite. Could have been worse if we hadn't got to town so fast.
Thank God for your driving.
More like, thank her driving teacher.
You can swear in front of me, son. Accepted long ago that you were a bad influence on my girl.
Dad!
Come now, Riley. You never smoked before. Don't want my grandkids to get lung cancer.
Oh, God. This is embarrassing even for you.
Henry can't help but grin. There is something so heartwarming about them arguing. Riley's injuries can be that bad, she still has so much fight in her. Indeed, Riley's rehabilitation goes well. Once he can stand again, Henry is with her every step of the way. Dude, what are you talking about? Come on. You probably could already walk the next day. After 2 weeks, she's walking just like normal. One day, she perches up at his room with a mischievous smile and grabs him by the hand.
Come, there's something I want to show you.
Henry follows her outside. Her gait is so brisk, it's gratifying that she's made a full recovery.
What are you staring at?
Just happy to see you're healthy.
Liar. Bet you were checking out my ass.
It's also healthy.
Your beautiful eyes, you mean?
Riley shakes her head.
Too much gentleman, not enough bad boy.
No pleasing you, is there?
Well, I have something in mind, but not with my dad around, no.
That is true. Henry had been too scared to even pop a cigarette with the old man around, much less make out with his daughter. Still, her dad is kind and helped them both through their recovery. Their stay at the hospital wouldn't have been the same without him. Ooh, that's a nice CG. What the heck? He follows Riley outside, then sits down on the bench beside her. It's cold outside, certainly, but nowhere near as bad as when the storm hit the town.
So what did you want to show me?
Look up, genius.
He does and gasps. A rainbow of colors flutters above him, like some magic or holy flag, but it's neither of those things. It's the Northern Lights.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
She reaches out and then they hold hands. Riley looks suddenly nervous, like just before they cuddle in the cabin's bed.
I've liked you for a long time.
Here you go, by the way. This is a nice CG. What the hell?
Yeah. We've been in the hospital for what? 2 weeks now?
That's not what she talks about.
Dumbass. You know that's not what I mean.
She lays her head on his shoulder, with her hair tumbling over his shirt.
I liked you when we were teenagers, but I never said anything before you left for Yale.
Wasn't it Princeton?
Princeton.
No.
Whatever! I'm trying to be romantic here.
They sit in silence for a bit before Riley gives him an expectant look.
So, when did you start liking me?
Let's go with the second option. With your ass grew.
Henry!
Okay, it was actually the boobs.
What? So when I joke about it, it's not okay?
Well, it's a romantic moment. It would be nice if you noticed.
Let me try again. You've been a bright life in my life, especially in my darkest times. I couldn't help but fall for you.
Riley puts her head on his shoulder and sighs.
You're such a sweetheart, Henry Evans.
Hmm?
My dream man. Now that I've found you, I don't plan on ever letting you go.
Nice.
Alaskan Winter Sky.
That was good. That was a good story. Hope you guys and not guys enjoyed as well. The game, of course, as always, linked in the description. You can check it out yourself. Or more like on your own. Now let me quickly check for you if it is... It's a name your own prize game. So you know. Go and support. Fully voiced, however, our male character was for some reason super quiet in this game. And I'm pretty sure it's not because he was a basically quiet character, but there is something wrong with the sound for him. But whatever. You know, I wonder how deep that cut was that he had. Probably deep. But at the same time, maybe a bit overreacted, sort of, kind of, whatever. As long as they are both safe, it's good. And we have another sweet couple together. Couldn't have asked for a better thing to happen at the end of it. Anywho, it's a sweet story. I enjoyed it. Hope you too. If you did, consider liking the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We are going to be covering a few more games from each that year, and after that, definitely a comeback to Steam. One library after another. For actually, I might also jump to GOG, because I purchased actually one game, which is not on Steam. We'll see. We'll see. The decisions will be made later. Let's end it here. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow as well in the next game. And I wish you all a wonderful day. Bye bye!